So what are we anticipating? Because we know we've said that we've seen the first sort of chapter here, and we're in the midst of another.
We are. We're still seeing some freezing rain falling north and east. We're still seeing rain falling here in Atlanta. It's going to wind down between now and 10 o'clock tonight, but then it's a matter of, okay, it's adding a lot of weight to those trees and power lines northeast of the city. What's that going to do for the power moving forward overnight? So some of these freezing rain totals, you can see over ½ an inch in parts of far northeast Georgia, Blood Mountain, Wolfpen Gap, and also Cleveland, Georgia, out in White County, ½ an inch. Athens, this was just from round one alone, about 1/3 of an inch. But now that we've had more sleet and freezing rain on top of it, I'll be interested to see an updated number from Athens later this evening. Also Pickens County, some of those trees the EMA was reporting are getting weighed down in northeast Pickens County and starting to see some trees snapping out there. And freezing rain is no joke. It adds a lot of weight. It has air bubbles in it, right, as it cools, and it adds a lot of weight on the trees, on the power lines. So it's adhering on all those pine needles and all the tiny little branches that don't have maybe leaves on them in your standard trees, and it's adding weight. For one segment of power lines alone, that's adding 500 pounds, like a dumbbell on it, weighing it down. And the way that it sways when you add gusty winds in, that's a lot more stress. That's why we think that overnight tonight and tomorrow, as those winds increase, we could see those power outages going up. 36 in Atlanta right now. We're still under or at that freezing mark from Athens to Gainesville. Even over here into Dawson, Pickens County, and Canton, we're still dealing with below freezing temperatures. That's where freezing rain is still falling. Atlanta just about at the back edge of that rain. And again, between now and 10 o'clock tonight, the rain's going to clear, but then Danielle, we're going to be watching those winds pick up tonight and throughout the day tomorrow.
Exactly. Right now, we're in kind of a lull with those wind gusts. In fact, currently, we're around 10-mile-an-hour winds, which is great because when we talk about winds being gusty, that's when we really could see some of those trees coming down and definitely some damage to those power lines and power poles as well. Even around midnight tonight, we're going to see those winds picking up around 10 miles an hour, and then they get really gusty as we head into Monday morning around 5 a.m. and throughout the afternoon as well. We're talking wind gusts anywhere between 20 and maybe even 30 miles an hour, and that could definitely bring down some more trees. And we talk about those winds and gusts, we talk about how it feels outside. And right now here in Metro Atlanta, it feels like 30 degrees, but in Gainesville, it's 27. And where Zach is, it feels like 22 degrees there in Athens. Over the past 20 hours, Melissa, our feels like temperature has dropped down into the low 20s, even here in Metro Atlanta. So it's definitely been very cold, and we're going to continue to see this going throughout tomorrow and through most of next week as well.
All right, Danielle, Melissa, we really appreciate the forecast and the update.